Finally, it's time. Always. Few by choice see God. Many still looking. Out of sight, out of mind. It works. To be or not to be human. So, how's everybody? Are you well? Are you smiling? Is everything good? I'd love to hear about it. I would. Why would I not? Especially in this, whatever you're allowed to call it, situation that this world is in. Before I get into that, though, I want to expand on few by choice see God. What do I mean? Because that's what I see. I don't argue with myself. Not an accountant battling with numbers. It is what it is. Few by choice see God. Many, most are looking. They're looking. They're waiting. They're looking while they're waiting for a return. Right? Am I wrong? Can I get a hallelujah to the truth? So few by choice see God, while many are looking. They're not seeing, they are simply looking. Why am I even talking about this? Because I think it's important. I feel a calling, so to speak, for lack of any other way of describing my need God is here. Now. Stop waiting. Stop looking. Start seeing. There's a difference. There's a very clear difference. Yeah. Go ahead and get this ready, because I want to spend a moment once again. I don't talk about this, probably not as often as I should, but I think that's because I worry that there can be too much emphasis on this. But that said, this channel, right there from the beginning, I make an announcement. I am dreaming reality with God. So are you. I'm not claiming to be special. This is something we all are doing on some level. Some are more aware of it. There is an intelligence far greater than any man. And it's here. It's here right now. Thing is, it's not alone. It has an adversary. One in opposition. I think you all know who I am making reference to. Evil. See, now you have to understand, when I make a reference to evil, I don't believe in evil. I push it far away. It's a fairy tale, right? It is. For me. Not so much for others, because there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, this world, at this moment, right now. It's completely upside down. There is no law, for the most part. There really isn't. How do you know? You're told all, stay home, put your mask on, cover up. I'm going to say this before I go on. my little 2 cents about the mask. I'm tired of the mask. Why? Because it's up and down, up and down. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Make up your mind. I'm not going to call out any names. By now, a good majority of people know who I'm talking about if they were to listen to this stream. They know who the players are, who's telling you to wear a mask. So let me finish with my 2 cents so I can move on. Since they're gonna make you wear the mask, they should have never sent out $1,600. Trump, you shouldn't have done it that way. But, you know, I now and then, you know, I'm not blaming anybody. But what I'm gonna say makes perfect sense. And I wouldn't be up here facing a potential strike for even dare saying my 2 cents, because I'm not an authority, I'm not an expert. But you know what? I don't think the experts anymore are experts. They're like reading got some big binder and just flipping through the pages. Oh, the person responded with this. Go to page, section. Yeah. Instead of $1,600, a fraction of that amount could have been doled out in the form of just the shit when it comes to a face mask. You know, just full on. Your chances of catching almost anything just went way up. That's what they should have done. I mean, see, that's as far as I can go with my 2 cents. It makes perfect sense. Because it would have been fighting a problem they said is there. And you don't have to worry about, the person's not wearing it right. They're not wearing the correct type. No. Government, Americans, remember us? We get together and we just start pumping out the mask. And then a day comes, not a year and a half later, and people aren't worrying about a virus, because if the government felt it was that bad, then give us the mask, which they should have. Yeah. Anyway, here we are now. Year and a half. Who knows truly how long and deep we are in to what's unfolding. Because again, this isn't just somebody woke up yesterday. I mean, people are having a hard time wrapping their heads around the reality of what's taking place. They just don't want to believe, and because they don't want to believe, that's as far as it goes. At the end of their road. Anyway, there is an intelligence here. You can call it God. You can... It's beyond a name, really. It's everything. How do you put a name on everything? What word describes everything? This intelligence is here. It's always been here. Doesn't come and go. Only in the sense, I guess you could say, one breathes in and out. But it's always here. That breath of air doesn't disappear. It's always here. Making sure I have the mic on and all that good stuff. I'm just me. My name is Joseph. If this is the first time you're stopping by, I could imagine there may be a few more than usual because of the title. A few see God by choice. Again, everything is by choice, free will. I'm not here to discount God in the slightest. And neither am I here to discount evil, the devil, Satan, whatever you want to refer to. Same thing. It's how do you put a name on something to describe so much? I imagine my mind in a state where it exists beyond either, really, truly. Good, bad. They finally stepped up at the table and shook hands. And then you move on. So that's where I'm at with my understanding. It's hot. Last time I looked at the temperature, it was outside in the 90s, mid 90s, humidity 30%, and it's probably pretty close to what it is where I'm at right now. But it's the end of the month, and I felt like I need to be here. Like I said, calling, and that's kind of what I'm going over right now for a moment. The why I am here, this channel, the dreaming reality with God. What does that all mean? It means what it means, what it says. Dreaming reality with God. What is God? God, again, is an intelligence. I think to sum it up, it's intelligence. I mean, it's a lot of things, but for me, and I believe many of you, the thing that makes the most sense as far as what is God, God is intelligence. Right? I think that's what you are, I am, we are intelligent. That's what makes us unique when you look at the world in general. Not to speak down to the rest of the life. Everything is amazingly perfect. That's what's alarming right now, is that man has strayed being man wasn't good enough. Apparently, need to be better. Not that there's anything wrong with being better. That's why you're here. Why anything is here. It's best at what it does. Thing that is markedly different is the motivations that drive a man to be better. They're for personal. They're not a species thing. Okay? And you can laugh. That is very relevant. A lot of things are relevant, and this is one. People need to stop looking and start seeing. Start seeing. This intelligence is here. Okay? It's always here. And because we are who we are, always changing, always, just like a dream. A dream isn't static. It just doesn't stay the same. You never know. It's always changing. It's the truth. This intelligence is here, right now. And because we are always changing, look at it as a tree that's growing, and then at a certain point it's big enough to start producing fruit. That's the same motion that's taking place right now. With man. It's also being forced. Unnatural. It's unnatural. this intelligence. It's communicating with you, with everyone. It's trying to. It can only broadcast. Then it needs someone on the other end that can hear and listen to the broadcast. Oh. Well, am I? Wesley has just brought to my attention that I am talking to myself. I'm taking a moment to process that, and because I don't want to be talking to myself. And you know what, Wesley, it's funny that he mentions that, because just before I started my stream, I had a thought in my mind, and it had to do with a book many years ago that I was writing. I was working on 21 I was, and I had big ideas. And I went to a psychic, the only psychic I've ever been to in my life, and it was a gift from my mother, the time to spend with this man. And met him at a Unity church. Anyway, I shared my story. He wanted to know things so he could do his thing. And he said to me when I got to the book that the only person that I was writing it for was me. So I was thinking of that thought just before I started to stream tonight. And Wesley mentions that I'm talking to myself. Wesley is the second Wesley. I'm the third. I usually just say I'm Joseph. Anyway, I was saying there is an intelligence here. And it's speaking to you, to me, to all of us. In any and every way it can. Now, people, for the most part, they live their lives with expectations of how things should be. Communication, for one. When you communicate with another, there's this other person, this, like I can see myself right now in the back there on the screen, and there's two, me and that person. Anyways, now I'm starting to get distracted. Having a brain fart. This intelligence is speaking to all of us. You, again, if you have expectations of how communication works, you got to hear the words and understand the words. But this is much more deeper. It's private, it's personal, it's one-on-one, because the only person that could understand would be you. You're the one who's... Now I need to lead into, I guess, where I'm headed, and that is one form that, for me, and it works with others, is music. I don't think that's some kind of heresy. Music is, it soothes the soul. And everybody listens to music. And it's a private, a personal thing. I mean, you listen to music and it brings you back in time. You listen to an oldie, something you haven't heard in a decade, 2 decades. And that all happens, it's all in your mind. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I think it's important. And it ties in with what's going on right now with the world and everybody who's just lost. I don't want to go there yet. I was made aware, and it wasn't necessarily new to me, because I had already been listening to the music. And when I would hear a song and the lyrics, I wasn't hearing some dude or some gal singing to some lost lover. That I was hearing God. It was God singing these words. That's how personal it was with me. And then as time goes on, makes perfect sense, because I'm telling you now, there is something wonderful, incredible taking place. But at the same time, it's always darkest just before the dawn, right? We ain't seen nothing yet. This intelligence, okay? Listening to the music, you can direct your thoughts with intent that you are doing so with the understanding that there is an intelligence there. I'm telling you, few see God. Most of you are looking. You're looking. That's just a fact. You're looking. You're waiting for something, a miracle, a great sign. You're looking. You're not seeing right now what's happening, what's taking place. Good and evil, you understand that, right? You have a long history of good and evil. So with that, it should be easy to make the next step that this is it. This is what you all have been focusing on for generations in one way or another, leading up to this time now. God is here. See, not look. See. The music, okay? The reason I want to mention this is because when this all began, this whole COVID, whatever you're allowed to say, they're saying, when it began a year and a half ago, thereabouts, here in the United States. It's hard because I am talking to myself because I'm trying to make sure I'm like filtering my thoughts, because I don't want to be saying stuff that some out there that just gets off on bringing down the truth. So yeah, there is a bit of I am talking to myself, because I'm trying to filter out the potential possibility of crossing the line. And that in itself is hard, because I know it's a bunch of caca. I can say that, right? Caca, because it is. So back when this started, a year and a half ago, I don't spend the time like I used to asking this intelligence questions. I see the conversation taking place on, it's multi. It's not just the music, it's everything. So it hasn't stopped. My conversation with this very real intelligence. Okay, again, you can call it God, you can call it aliens, ET, whatever. It's here. The signs are becoming more and more clear. I don't want to get into UFOs or any of all that. But this intelligence is here. It's always here. It never has left. It doesn't come and go. And it has always been reaching out to you. Sorry, not supposed to point. You. It is right now. Anyway, I spent a moment directed with intent in my mind, private, personal, thinking thoughts about what's going on. I refer, for me, to this intelligence as Father. It works for me. It may work for you. I'm not denying or telling anybody what to call this intelligence. I'm just saying, for me, I relate with Father. Makes me feel more comfortable. That said, I focused my thoughts to this intelligence, Father. My thoughts were what's going on with the C word. What's going on? What are your thoughts? What those are the thoughts that are all just kind of jumbled up there. And then what I do, and others, I was made aware of, try this. And anyway, using a program that will randomly play music. Now, preferably a huge library of music, like a radio station, online musical apps. Pandora is a big one. So using Pandora, you can have it shuffle from a just a playlist of lots of music. And that's what I did. I was thought my thoughts, and then I pressed play. And I'm going to pull up the 2 songs that played. I believe this was back in January of 2020. I think it's the camera. No, I didn't capture. But if I look at the file itself, it shows me. Anyway, Destiny was the first song that played. And then the next song, Talk Talk, the group Talk Talk, It's My Life. Okay? Destiny, first song. The next song, It's My Life. Now, when I first heard those words, my first impressions were God, Father. Again, this intelligence is saying that this is going to happen. It's destiny. It's gonna happen. And then the next song played, It's My Life. I took it as this intelligence was saying, it's my life. Us. We belong to this intelligence. But you know what? It's been a year and a half, and pulling this up as I have, and I did yesterday, and thinking about it, I came to the realization that, hold on here, it's my life. Talk, okay? Because right now, that's how I feel. It's my life, and I need to say that more than ever. We all need to wake up, stand up, and speak up. Why? Because they're coming for you. They absolutely are. Anyway, this intelligence, I don't think that's random. And the reason I say that, it's just getting super hot. How long have I been on here? 43. Try to keep this at about an hour. Destiny. You know, it sure seems like destiny, because I constantly am reminded that we're not going back to the way it was before. So it's just, we're just going to keep plunging forward into whatever. It's hard not to just go into what's going on in the world. I'm really fighting with that. You know, like this vaccine, okay? Here's why I am not gonna take a vaccine, okay? First of all, I want accountability. I think that's fair. I want accountability. I want to know what the hell I'm putting in me. I think any thinking person wants no less. Okay? That's not what's happening yet. I'm told, you know, you really should take this vaccine. That all aside, okay, there's people that have reactions. They do. Every vaccine, there are reactions. Sometimes it's not good. You probably don't know about them because they don't release them. So me being a thinking person, I have to ask myself, well, hold on here. What's going on? Because I'm seeing, I mean, it's not like I see what I see from others. It's happening to them. And the media can't, YouTube can't, Facebook, Google, all of these, whatever they call themselves, they can't block everything. There's so many ways of getting the information out. Sure, YouTube can delete and censor, and all of them can, but in the end, that does not put an end to the message. It gets out. Always has. This is a futile thing that's taking place. Anyway, back to the vaccine. I want accountability. I want to know what's in it. I want to see the truth. Period. That's all. That's all. That's not unreasonable. There's no argument that should ever be made against such a request, unless there is some twisted agenda. But see, that all aside, if none of I hear about even the CDC, I see, this is the thing. Everybody, they keep changing back and forth, and I know I've seen CDC, and they all say different things. Blood clots. That seems to come up a lot. I hear that a lot. And I have listened to doctors out there that are brave and share what they are discovering. And, you know, me being me and who I am, I'm a little bit concerned if there is some kind of a clotting thing. And I say this because in 2017, I turned 50 years old in the hospital because I had clots in my body. I got sick in January of that year, towards the end. I don't know what flu that was at that time, but there was a flu going around in 2016, 17, and I caught it. I know I caught it because I was with somebody who had it, but thought they were well. Anyway, that was nasty for me anyway. I don't get sick very often, but it's probably because I keep to myself, I guess. I really don't interact much with people. I'm on my own page doing my thing. Anyway, that was some bad stuff. Whatever that flu was, to the point where I started peeing blood. I'm a male here, you know. I am 100% male. Peeing blood is unusual. So I had to go to the doctor. They had clots. They did their surgeries. Did a few of them. They start at my leg, my knee, and go up into... Yeah, that was a trip, because I could see it. I watched it on big monitors, like real-time moving x-rays. It was a trip. Anyway, I have concerns when that seems to be a side effect, can be. And I don't care. You know, YouTube, you do all the censoring you want. That's just, you're evil for doing such an act. You are accountable. We are all accountable. Sometimes I have changed the banners up at the top there, and I bring up forgiveness, because forgiveness is something we've lost touch with. We focus on revenge. That's what the human race has become. For the most part, that's how it works out its differences. I'll show you. It's the truth. I can't say this enough, that there is an intelligence here right now. Okay? God, that just works. It's simple, and you don't have to think too hard on what is that person referencing. God. All one. Here, right now. Those sirens, we are in a war. There is a negative energy. If you can't see it, I'm not sure if you ever will until it's too late. But it's there. I've made reference to this of recent. The guy, the rainbow guy, hired by the library to put on a costume, rainbow colors, and had a dildo on, big long dildo, just out there doing its dance. I don't want to get onto that. I'm sweating so bad. We're turning the air on. We'll mute out the mic. It's just a sign that I should probably bring this video stream to a close. I just want to make it very clear. This is leading up to the end. What we've all, Armageddon, whatever, the good and evil, it's told time and time again. The players change their names, but it's the same story. And we are in it. Okay? We're in it. The end. The genie is out of the bottle. Whatever these people have done and are doing to us, it can't be stopped. And I see these people as, when you feel like you're being trapped, that's when they're going to become even more psychotic in their actions. They're going for broke, right? I mean, something of this magnitude that's playing out. they're not gonna stop. And they're already saying you need to wear the mask again. It's gonna get worse. See, but I can't probably even say that because I'm not an expert. You know, just having a mind and eyes and ears isn't enough. That's why the last video, you know, frick them. Enough is enough. Leave me alone. Leave us alone. Americans, you need to stand up. Right now, we are in a war. I always say this. People have expectations of how things should be. And you would think by now that we would have figured it out. That when does it ever go the way you expect it to? Not very often, at least for me. I can't say I run into a lot of people that can say it's working for them. Expectations, like UFOs. You have this expectation of you need to see the UFOs, the beings, and then they are real. Same thing with God. You can't have those kinds of expectations. Like with war, you think of the soldiers and all that. That may be coming. Right now, the war is being fought with your mind. They are fricking it severely. There's trauma going on. It's so hard of a frick. It is. You need to wake up. And I don't feel like I should be censored for anything I said about why I'm not taking a vaccine. You can do what you want. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. As far as I'm concerned, you don't need to knock at my door, because I feel like I have a very legitimate reason for some uncertainty when it comes to whatever untested crap you're wanting to put into my arm with no accountability. That's the kicker. They don't have to be accountable for anything. That's not what America is about, or was ever about. Okay. I'll come back tomorrow. I don't feel like I'm finished. I got a little confused with Wesley. And I was talking to myself. Maybe it's because I wasn't looking at the camera. I need to be looking at that camera. Maybe. I'll come back tomorrow. I promise. Where is... Well, like I said, I'm an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here because I'm worried that I'm not going to have a choice much longer. A lot of us, most of us, are not going to have a choice in things that just seem... You just don't go there. That's just... What? It's just not natural. I don't know what you think. Again, I'm not telling anybody I mean, I get angry and I say stupid stuff. You know what? There once upon a time when sticks and stones could have broke your bones, but the words would never, ever hurt you. Not anymore. Can't. You can't. That's the end. That person said, oh no, it's done. Over. Yeah. I did good in that because I'm telling you, the previous stream I did, I was a little bit more fired up. This one, I'm fighting it. You have no idea. I could just get so real, and it's coming. It's coming. I know it's coming, because I've been telling people, not everybody, but there's some people that I've told decades ago that I saw my life culminating in a trial. A trial. For fighting for life. Humanity. So I've been preparing myself mentally, having that dialogue playing out for some decades now, and I feel we're getting close to it, because I know I'm getting fed up. I'm getting tired that I can't say the truth. The truth that I see unfolding around me, that has everything to do with the next thing that should take place. But it's not, because we're told it's either not happening. Well, yeah, we're told it's not happening because you can't talk about it. You can't share that information. We're not talking, we're talking about doctors now. But you know what? It's ridiculous. That's why I like the frick you all with that mindset of yours to censor. I figured it out already. I'm just playing it out for as long as the ride goes. Till the gas runs out, I suppose. That may be... See, I'm back on Wesley here. Part of my problem too is that I'm sweating profusely because it's hot. Let's see how hot. My clock, what does it say? 37 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty warm. It's insane. It's insane. What was it the other day? The murder is up. Crime's not. That's what I say. It's upside down, and I'm not looking for answers as to why, because there is no answer to why other than it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be. Hence, people with that same stance should all be standing up, getting together, and being seen. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Just be seen together. This huge waves of people together. That's all they're doing. They're not hurting anybody. They're not burning down anything, pillaging, plundering like the Democrats right now encourage. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, if there were ever a time for God to be here, wouldn't you think it's now? So I say, stop looking, start seeing. That's when you're gonna see. That's tomorrow. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. If you happen to make it this long, sometimes my streams are really, I think, on fire. I say a lot, and within them there are nuggets, gems. I believe that. It's too hot. I gotta figure out when it's not gonna be so hot. I can't be sweating like this. Anyway, thanks once again. Be well and smile. That's how I know you